set right here. Hey everyone, what's going on? Sandra here, back with Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. We're starting off the junkyard like usual, but today's build is going to be a bit more on the special side to me. It's a little closer to my heart, because when I was younger, my uncle David, of course, because I'm not doing this anymore. There's one sitting right here. My Uncle David used to have I want to say a late 70s, early 80s Ford F-150 or F-100. Can't remember what it was. It was like Tweety Bird yellow, and it was just a great truck all the way around. However, we don't have nothing that old school in this, unfortunately, or I would purposely build one of them in memory of him. However, the one that we will be building today is a little bit newer of a model. It is the Ford F-350 4x4. That's what we will be working on today. I already got one and I don't need another one. I'm actually looking for specific vehicles right now. One's to finish off my collection for this truck and SUV series that I'm doing. I got a few that I'm still missing. But, so when we get back to the shop, you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. What is this? Nissan R35 GTR. Yep. I actually really want for this. Hey, it's going to stay there for that cost. Especially since guaranteed the motor won't even start. Missing half the key components. But, yeah. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I just figure we'll check the junkyard out one time there. I should go check out this car. It's twisting my rubber arm. Ooh, Tempesta. And by looking at it like this, you're probably wondering, how did you know? Right here, the wheels. These are the Tempesta wheels. And I know this because I use them on just about everything. I want to make a few extra dollars on them. Alright, it's pretty decent, it's $4,000. You're making off, well, 4,100 bucks, give or take, they'd be making right off the gate. Right out the gate, so it's missing quite a lot of pieces. Most of the suspension's here already. Well, it's missing lower control arm there, the upper and lower on that side. It's missing a few pieces, but all in all, it's not bad. But I got a few of them, so I'm not worried about that too much. Alright, nothing there. Okay. Oh, skipped it. We skipped an area here. Better let's go double check. Nothing there. Alright, everyone. We will see you when we get back to the shop. And I hope you all enjoy the episode. Alrighty, we're back at the shop here, and this is the one we built in the last episode there, the Land Rover Discovery. Truck SUV number 2, episode number 2, Gotta do it right. Surprised this isn't more centered. But I guess for that body line right there, I guess it couldn't be. Huh. Nice looking vehicle. I really do like that blue. Alright, let's walk in the shop here. Turn off the alarm. Beep boop, beep beep boop. Perfect. Alright, and there she is. Ford F-350 4x4. Looks like a pal right now, but give me about 40 minutes and I look like a streamlined butterfly. I'm gonna rip all these parts off because we don't need them. They're just in the way. Got all brand new stuff. Gonna put all new skin on it. All new middle. There we go. Hey, look at that. It doesn't have a windshield. Ha! Who would have ever thunk? Alright. Now, we're going to put this up in the air. Before we do that, we're going to yank out this interior. Yuck. We don't want it. And we're going to be doing something a little bit different with the interior. Yeah, we're going to be putting the F-350 bench in the rear. But the front, I'm not really down for the beigey seats. You know what I mean? I'm not really bougie enough for beigey seats. So we work in a garage, so this is probably gonna be the shop truck for a minute. Huh. 3 bolts on the drive shaft. Who would have ever thought? Come on now. Okay, we're gonna have to cheat a little bit here. Yep, there we go. Alright, let's get this transfer case up out of here. Doesn't need to be there no more. Imagine that. We'll take it out without disconnecting this. It's pretty sweet, I guess. Get the transmission gearbox out of here for the V8. And with this truck, there comes two motor options. You got the Ford Boss 4x4 V8 or the V8 dual red cam 4x4. Now, we are going to be running the motor that's in it right now, currently, the V8 Ford Boss 4x4. That's what we are going to be running. Alright, I'm going to drop this back down. Run on over here. Alright, I'm going to yank this motor out. Yank that motor out of there, man. Alright, let's get this fuse box disassembled, or air box, I should say. Alright, good. Now we're going to run over here to the fuse box. We got a relay C, we got a pull. We got two A's and a B fuse. It's not important enough to be an A fuse, it's just a B fuse. Alright, well, we're under there, we should have yanked this off. Alright, now we're going to go over here and dump this motor into warehouse A. Perfect. And then we're going to get rid of all these other junky parts. We don't need them. Perfect. Had to do that quickly. I don't want you all to see everything that we're doing. Alright, now we can put this back over to carburetor B for the time being. There's that pink Nova that you saw in the last episode. You know, once again, it's all been redone underside. The body's been all redone. I think it's got the gloss in it. Maybe not. Does it not? No? I don't have no glass for it. I guess we gotta buy some. We are going to be putting in a bigger motor than the OHV V8, the small block Chevy. We're probably going to be putting in the Hemi, maybe. I don't know. We're going to use that as a test mule, actually. See which motor gives us more power. And which one's better on the drag strip. Alright, now we're going to run over here. Oh, I thought it was similar wheels to what I'm putting on the truck here. Oh no! Not the rim. Alright, now we're going to put this up in the air. I already got the wheels together, I got the shocks together, I think. Yep. So, let's dig into it. Oh, wait. We need to create the motor first. Ford Boss 4x4. There you go. That's all you get to see for the time being. Oh. Alright. Guess we don't need that. We can just start going ahead by taking off the caliper, the brake pad, the rotor, solid drive axle once we release the bolts from the tension that they're under, the vacuum plate, rear knuckle, C that is, because it has disc brakes. If it was B, it would be drum, or yeah, B is drum brake, C is disc brakes, A is for like the vehicle we built yesterday, and D is for like those mid-engine rear-wheel drive cars, like the Paganis, the C8 Vet, yeah, anything with the motors in the rear of the car. That's what gets rear knuckle housing D. Alright, start over to this side now. Pull that bushing out of the way. Let's get this shock out. Shock out, man! Alright, now we're going to pull out these U-bolts. Once we spray them, of course. Alright, come on. Yeah, there we go. And we actually didn't want to fit on it there for a minute. Alright, we got this. Let's get this plate out of the way. We got the leaf spring holding this differential in place. There's not such good leaf spring. Now we're going to get the rotor. We're going to get the rotor. Ooh, I forgot to get those. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no, I forgot the rotor. Let's see. What do we want to run? I think these ones would be pretty good. We'll run 4 of them. Alright, take that off. Let's get this leaf spring out of the way. Oh, I guess maybe we should take out the front little bushing first, right? There we go. Now we'll get the leaf spring out. Now let's get this differential out of the way. Perfect. Alright, let's jump up here to the front. Alright, now we're going to get this cat out of the way. Perfect. Let's get the center drive shaft, front drive axle A out of the way. Uh-oh. Okay, I guess the strut wants to come out next. That was cool. Alright, now we're going to take out the caliper, brake pad, the rotor, and the wheel hub, of course. You know, can't forget about that wheel hub there now. Alright, now the dust plate, backing plate, whatever you want to call it. Alright, now the upper control arm. You are gone next. Beautiful. Alright, now we're going to get rid of the outer tie rod, the inner tie rod, the lower control arm. You are next. Had to make sure I wasn't muted there for a minute. Alright, there we go. And get that bigger bushing out of this side. And then we'll get the bigger bushing out of that side. Swing on over here to the passenger side. Or the drinker side. I remembered it this time. And then we'll get the outer, the inner out. Get the outer in and the outer or the inner out. Sway bar and link D out of the way. Alright, now we're going to take out the front drive axle A. Or as we call them, the CV shafts. Half shafts, whatever you want to choose. Alright, I'm going to get the front drive axle D out of the way. Steering rack, you can go. Sway bar, you can go. Let's get the spring and shock assembly out of the way. Upper control arm, you are next. Beautiful. Perfecto. Let's get this brake pad out of the way. We already took out the wheel bearing, right? Can't remember. Yep, we did. Alright, rotor. Wheel hub. Come on now. There we go. Backing plate. Now we gotta worry about the lower control arm here. Come on now. What's going on here? Why are you holding in there like that? Perfect. And steering knuckle C. Cross member C. See? That's what all the four-wheel drives have, is cross member C. It's weird. Except for that Land Rover yesterday. It had a F. Really weird one. Strange, I tell you. Strange. Alright. She is down and ready for the count. Alright. And drop this down. I thought I brought my roller over. Guess we know what happened to that thought, right? Go figure, the one time I'm not trying to do it, it does it. Alright, we're gonna get rid of all those. Perfecto. Alright, $1,000. While that's doing that, we're gonna go build ourselves the motor. I guess we should spin it around here. Beautiful. Alright, now we're gonna start with crankshaft. And we got some crankshaft caps to put in. Good, good. And remember, this motor takes 16 spark plugs. So you got to change spark plugs on this motor, man. You're going to be spending a crap ton of money on it. You know, because for instance, the spark plugs I run in my 2013, right now I got the cheapies in there. They're only about $8 a plug. The ones I'm supposed to be running in it are like $24 a plug where I live. I need 8 of them. It's $200 just on spark plugs. You know what I mean? Like that's ridiculous. God dang LS4s, eh? Alright, we got all of them in. Now we're going to put the rod caps on. Beautiful. I'm glad in a way I'm glad I don't have a motor that takes more than 8, because that's double, man. That's like $400 on spark plugs for me to get them for this motor. But that's also me running brand name though, AC Delco. You know what I mean? Right now I run NGKs in mine. I think that's fair, NGKRs or something. They're cheapies, but they work. But they don't last long. Not when you get the iridiums and or the platinums, or you know, stuff like that. They don't really tend to last all that long. Especially when you got a miss in the motor. And look at that. There you go. You finally see the color it's going to be right there. If it's going to look better on the body than it is here. I'm still trying to figure out where my miss is because I'm not getting any codes on it or nothing. So I'm just kind of struggling with that one. Alright, I'm going to look on the front here. We're going to put the power steering pump V8 on. Beautiful. Put the alternator on. Good, good. Alright. And the reason why I chose yellow, kind of like a Tweety Bird yellow, sort of, is because that's the color my uncle's truck was. So, that was my dad's brother. He's a funny dude. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? So, figured I'd finally honor him. And then when I do the Ram 1500 Yellow Sport, that'll be another vehicle we'll be doing. That's the closest thing I have to my what looks like my 2013. Well, I can make it look like my 2013, we'll say. So that will be that'll be a tribute to my dad. And Guardian is what I named the truck. You know, it's just like my guardian angel with me, riding with me all the time with that truck. You know what I mean? I feel my dad's presence in it all the time, so it's kind of weird. But anywho, enough of that stuff right now. You know, it's just stuff I think about all the time. You know. All right, I'm gonna put these camshaft caps on. We need 8 of them, 4 per side. You guys ever heard that expression? Never drive faster than what your guardian angel can fly. My guardian angel knows how to teleport. Because, well, I drive with a lead foot, and that funny guy is always around me. So, yep, he rides with me. In fact, if you go check out my Instagram at andrewfranklin.af, you will actually see what Guardian looks like, IRL. It's a fairway metallic green. It's got aluminum alloy wheels on it. At least I think they're aluminum. Could be wrong on that one, I doubt it, but I mean, overall, it's a beautiful truck. It really is. Mechanical aspect of it, not so beautiful. And the body on it's finally starting to show, you know, its little age. Because one thing I don't understand is how the hell does a 2013 rot out faster than my 91? Can someone in the comments please explain that one to me? I understand that they use recycled metal for all these newer vehicles, and that's why they do rot out faster. Versus my 91 is built with brand new real steel. Versus all these modern vehicles are all built with, you know, recycled metal. So I can kind of understand that factor of it. But man, it's not fun. I'm looking for a frame right now for my 2013. At least my 91, at least I can patch the spots in the frame that are bad. My 91, no. It ain't going to go over that well. So, in due time, I'll fully restore it. There we go. And there, actually the yellow's pretty much all matched out, huh? That's pretty good. That's good. Good. Now, I was worried that I was going to put either too much black or too much yellow on this motor, but I think I did it just right. Put the 4 bolts on for the throttle body V8. Alright, I'm going to put the plug wires on for this side. Good. Idler A, you're next. Water pump pulley V8. The water pump V8. Now we need the water pump pulley. Pulley. There we go. Put the another idler A on. And we're going to put our idler B here. And we're going to put the belt tension out. After we put the crankshaft pulley on and the belt on. I'm jumping the gun there a little bit. Alright, got the belt tension out. There we go. Actually, I think I turned that out to be pretty good. Almost looks like a Caterpillar built motor. Almost. Alright, that's basically the color concept of the truck. So, we're going to put this back. We don't need this here anymore. We're going to run this over to the paint shop. We're going to... Ooh, that's like a nice brownie color. What color was that supposed to be? Huh. Oop. Wrong button. Alright, let's put the rear bench in. Put the front seat in. We've got the Mustang seats. Put the Ford F3 steering wheel. I really like this steering wheel. I mean, I really do. You know, just, I don't know. It just looks right. It's got the right buttons. It's got everything on it correctly. It's just a nice steering wheel all the way around. I actually use that in Mustangs, so the actual Mustang steering wheel. Alright, put the passenger side front door on. Passenger side rear door on. Passenger side rear door glass. Driver's side rear door glass. Put the driver's side door on. Driver's side rear door. Window. Window. Mirror, so I can see it. I'm going to put this on. Tail light on. Tailgate. The bumper. Nice chrome bumper, which is going to go well with our wheels. You'll see when I do it. We got to put the rear glass in. The slider, it's the electric slider. It's a fancy edition. Must be the King Ranch. It's got all them fancy bells and whistles. Alright, let me put this bumper on. And it was me putting a little bit of color on this bumper. Well, not painting it, but just putting it with the actual color of the body on it. And when I saw how it looked, I was like, yep, that's it. Oh, wait. We've already got these. Truck SUV 03, you know, because it's the third vehicle that we're building. And of course, it'll kick me out of there. Perfect. Alright, what's the body at? 100%. Technically, it's not, but it's all almost matching. Alright, now we need to primer it up. Let's primer it, shall we? Let's see if we can find ourselves some... There we go, there's our primer. And I've seen other YouTubers who play this game do this exact same thing where they primer it first. And I didn't understand why at first. Until I realized it just makes it all smooth, makes it all level. You don't get all that little blotchiness in it and stuff. It actually looks pretty good when it's done. Alright. Ooh, look at that. Look at that, look at that. Until I go ahead and do something stupid like that. And go the opposite direction of where I'm trying to go. Alright, now we're going to go this way. Let's see, we've got blue stripes, white stripes, black stripes. There we go. He didn't have racing stripes on his truck, but we're going to put them on this one. Look at that. Bright yellow. Whew. Big bird coming down the road. Alright, we'll move this back over here. And of course, you know how we do things. You know how we know how we got stuff done. You know, we gotta do the windows. Oh wait, oh, dude, we need to do the windshield. Hello. Oh great, now it's gonna do that to me. No, windshield. In case y'all are wondering what this is because I went and tried to recreate the car from the TV series Viper. And to cover up the back window, I ended up doing this because on the TV show Hopped Up Car, the crime fighting version, there's no back window on it. So that's what I tried to do. Alright, I'm going to put this up. Yeah, I think that'll look pretty good in here. Alright, now we're going to start by putting the fuel tank in. There we go. Then we're going to put the rear muffler B V8s. We got two of them. Okay, I guess we only had one. What'd I do? What am I doing? Trying to pretend that I'm building a 4-cylinder here or something? What's going on? Why is it doing that to me, man? There. How do you like me now? Haha. Alright, I'll put the upper pipes in because they go above the diff, which is nice, but weird at the same time. Not used to that anymore. Put the differential in. I'm going to start with the leaf springs. Boop. Alright, we got that in. We're going to put it in the front little bushing. I can say U-bolt, but no. U-bolts go back further. And put in the rear little bushing. There we go. Perfect. Stick in the leaf spring plate. There we go. And now the U-bolts. Boom, look at that. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? I think it does. I think it looks tremendous. Alright, now we're going to do this. And we're going to put the backing plate on. We're going to put the solid drive axle in. Beautiful. Put the rotor, brake pad, the caliper cylinder. Perfect. Now the wheel. Y'all ready for this? Ooh, these things are monstrous. 35 for the rear. Give it a little extra stance. Look at that. Wee wee. Wee wee, senor. Alright, now we're going to jump on over here to the other side. Put in the choke. Shock on, man. Shock on. The spring. And put in a little bushing. And we're going to put in the other little bushing. Put in the leaf spring plate. Hold the differential in place with the U-bolts. Once it's on the pad right there. See, it's on the pad. Perfect. Last U-bolt. Now we're going to hop on over here to the C rear axle knuckle housing. And then we're going to put in the backing plate. The solid drive axle. Good. Put the rotor on. Good. The brake pad. The caliper cylinder. You are next. There you go. And now the wheel. No, wrong one. Almost screwed up there. I wasn't paying attention when I put them together. Look at that. Almost sits right. The other side, not so much. Alright, now while we're here, we're going to stick in the middle mufflers. Good. And stick in the catalytic inverters after that. Awesome. Good. Alright, now we're going to stick in the cross member C for the front. See what we're doing here? Alright. We're going to stick in the bigger bushings. Good. There we go, just like so. And we got one other one way over yonder. We're going to get that one. Zip. Perfect. In place. And we'll stick in the rear drive axle D. I think that's what this is. Front drive axle D. Same thing. Rear, no, the rear goes the other way, dude. Alright, so now we're able to put in drive shafts. So let's do that. You know, make them happy. Alright, now we're going to stick in the inner tie rod, the sway bar, B. Jump back over here. Front knuckle housing, steering knuckle housing C. Front steering knuckle C, same thing. The outer tie rod, the upper control arm. Yeah. Lower control arm. Beautiful. Alright, now we're going to stick in the sway bar B end link. The shock. Good. The dust plate, backing plate, wheel hub. Now we're going to stick in the wheel bearing. The front drive axle A. Perfect. Put that bolt in. Good. Put the rotor on. Good. Brake pad. Good. Caliper. Awesome. Just like so. And now the wheel. Nail the big wheel. Yeah, I got wheel spacers behind it. Don't worry about that. We don't worry about that. Come on over here to the passenger side. Good. Now we're going to put in this. Put in the outer tie rod. Upper control arm. You are next. lower control arm. And I bet you, if I were to put the motor in here, hook everything up, put transmission stuff in, I bet you it wouldn't start. Go look back here, you see the silhouette. No fuel pump. Well, gosh darn, eh? Alright, put in the front wheel hub. We're going to put in, come on, let's go. Wheel bearing, front drive axle again, the rotor, brake pad, the caliper cylinder, there we go, and now the wheel. Good. Alright, now we've got to go fix this issue back here, before I forget about it. Go, why isn't it starting? Well, now we do. Look at that. I think that looks amazing. I really do. See, he had a different style wheel on this truck, mate. I'm pretty sure we have it in here. I just can't remember what it was. I tried to balance out the stick outness the best I could. I think it's pretty close to matching. Maybe the front stick out just a little bit more. God dang, look how tall this... Oh, it's still up on the lip. But even still, this thing's tall now. Holy crap. Alright, stick in this. The filter. The lid. And now we're going to... Oh dear. I see I'm going to be fighting with the fuses and relays. Aww. Well. It's for you, Uncle Dave. He's the one uncle that always had my back most of the time, no matter what. Wouldn't say he had it all the time, but for the majority of it, he did. He's a cool dude. Really respected him. Alright, now we're going to put in the ECU Type A. Brake master cylinder. Stick in the ABS pump. The module right here. Alright, I'm gonna put in the... What the? I don't remember that bracketry being there. We didn't have to put no brackets on. Oh, that must be coming factory. Because there was nothing telling us that we had to put something on. a little sketchy there. Alright, now we're gonna move this back over. No, we're gonna move it over. You know, whether you want me to or not, we're going to. Kind of got a little tear in my eye right now. Alright, let's put the motor in. Alright, now we need to figure out where we're going to be filling everything. I wonder if I can fill it up from the angle here. Nope, ain't gonna let us. Right about there. Oh, so close. One more gug and it would have been perfect. Right about there. Good. Back up here. Put some oil in it. See, near his passing, he did have a newer Ford, because he was a straight up Ford guy. We used to razz each other all the time about me being a Chevy guy, him being a Ford guy. But he had a newer Ford. It was a darker blue. But I don't really remember that one all that well. We used to call his yellow truck the Tweety Bird truck. But man, you heard that thing coming from blocks away, man. I mean, it wasn't fast at all, but it sure as hell sounded good, I'll tell you that much. Alright, now we need to brake the fluid. And that's the truck I really remember him by. And to put fuel in it, because the vent tube was all buggered up and he just didn't want to fix it, he actually had to put the truck up on, I believe it was a ramp. Back the truck up onto a ramp, put the air air level higher than what the fuel was, or it would leak out or something like that, or it wouldn't be able to put fuel in. Yeah, pretty sketchy situations, but it worked. Alright, now we're going to put in this piece, release bearing. I bought 2 of them, what do you know? The transmission, the starter. Right now we could turn it over and start it. Transfer case, good. The drive shaft, good. Man, look at that angle. I don't know about y'all, but wouldn't that like jam up? Huh. Good. I think this truck's 100. 93, what am I missing? Battery. What am I missing? What am I missing, folks? Oh, that's what we're missing. And it ain't gonna be starting anywhere, but we're gonna still move it over here anyway. We got it in the light. Ooh, actually his is a little bit darker. A little bit more yellow enriched. But that's okay. Didn't want to do an exact clone. Oh, shit. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Once we get the actual relays in, then we can see all the silhouettes of all the other pieces. Now the fuses. I think this is a B, and this one here should be an A, and then it should be another A or B. No, another A. I was right. I was right. What a double guess myself. All right, now put the lid on. There we go. Now you can't even really. Well, I guess you can. The airbox, you can't really see it if you're not looking. Now, wouldn't that be down, like in here on the firewall or on the... Oh, well. Good. Now let's go line her up. Make her so she at least attempts to drive straight. Ain't gonna help the look of the truck. It's still gonna be... wheels all cockeyed and goofy and stuff. Maybe we should put the battery in the truck. What do y'all think? Think that might help a little bit? That'll help our situation here some. There we go. Put the battery in. Now we're going to close the hood back down. Perfect. Run back over here. Slide this up. Slide it to the right just a little bit. And we're going to do the right one. We're going to slide it down. Slide it to the right again. Perfect. Yeah, it still didn't help the cockeyed angle that wheels at. Helped this side out a little bit though. Alright, now we move this over to the dyno. See what we can make out of it. Probably about 781, 791 horsepower. Alright, we're going to bump this up to 390. We're going to run all these SUVs and trucks at 390. Good. 9. Oh wait, wrong one. It's this one. Perfect. 16% tuning. Beautiful. Alright. The factory power says it's supposed to be 381 horsepower at 5,400 RPM and 432 pound-feet of torque at 3,600 RPM. I have a feeling we've increased that somewhat. Maybe possibly double. I'm not sure. Let's check it out and see, shall we? Alright. Well, we've definitely more than doubled it. Alright, our new horsepower numbers, as you can see, are 797 horsepower at 5,400 RPM and 849 pound-feet of torque at 3,700 RPM. That is an increase of 416 horsepower, 110%, and 417 pound-feet of torque, or 97%. Our drag rating has now been raised to a Class C at 258. Yeah, buddy. Alright, we're going to move this out front here. Move this over here to C. Better light. Cool, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Beautiful. Beautiful. I like it. Alright, everybody. That concludes our episode for today. I'd like to thank everybody who's been watching. If you're new to the channel, please, and you're enjoying what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the like button. For everybody who's watching the channel, please smash that like button. Help the channel grow just a little bit. And we shall catch you all on the next episode. Bye, everyone. Thanks again for watching.